As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I am joining Shobhit University. What about you?
Very good morning to all the participants from India and abroad. Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, Meerut, deemed to be university and it's a center of excellence, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, in association with African Asian Rural Development Organization, AARDO, New Delhi, organized this weekly international webinar series on open source digital technologies towards self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. Today is the 100th edition of this webinar series on a very important topic, ConnectOne, a connecting platform for empowering farming communities, 10th December 2022. On behalf of the Honorable Chancellor and the faculty, Honorable Vice Chancellor and the faculty members of the university, and on my behalf and as Professor Emeritus and Chairman of the Centers of Excellence, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application, Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, and Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, and Center for Health Informatics Computing. Let us welcome His Excellency, the Secretary General, AARDO, Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh, for the important program 100th edition, which the university is running in association with AARDO, and he is here to grace the 100th edition program. And we also have a guest speaker, Mr. Vijeesh Sathyanesan, is a Chief Executive Officer. He will address from Australia. He has developed a very important platform, ConnectOne, to connect it is a connecting platform for empowering farming communities. I wish to inform the participants and the speaker that the university regularly conducts 2 webinar series of the National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022, and every Thursday, which we completed 103 editions by last Thursday, and international webinar series on open source digital technology towards self-reliant India in association with the AARDO on every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. up to 1 p.m. And today we are completing 100th edition. And this, and 100 topics, I will list it out later. And it's a very important topic which has generated a lot of interest among the people and startups, NGOs, policymakers, and so on and so forth. And I would like to invite His Excellency Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh, Secretary General, AARDO, to grace the occasion. I will introduce His Excellency to the audience. Mr. Manish. His Excellency Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh, who hails from Mauritius, took over the charge of Office of the Secretary General of AARDO on 3rd September 2019, after having been elected by the special session of AARDO Executive Committee held in New Delhi, India on 11th June 2019. Prior to appointment as the Secretary General, His Excellency served AARDO as an Assistant Secretary General from 14th February 2014 to 2nd September 2019. Before joining the AARDO headquarters in New Delhi, India, His Excellency Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh worked with the government of Mauritius in various positions such as economist, researcher, educationist, and proponent of cooperative movement in the country. His Excellency was Secretary for Cooperative Development, Ministry of Business, Enterprises and Cooperatives, Government of Republic of Mauritius, that post Excellency occupied in 2005. Before that, His Excellency Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh has worked as Senior Cooperative Development Officer from 2003 to 2005, Acting Secretary for Cooperative Development from 1995 to 2000, and Cooperative Development Officer from 92 to 95 in the Ministry of Commerce and Cooperatives. In 1991, His Excellency was also economist in the Ministry of Economic Planning and Regional Cooperation, and also been a Professor of Economics in the college. His Excellency Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh did Master of Science in Economics from Moldavian State University, ex-USSR, in 1990, and PhD from Finance Academy, Moscow, Russian Federation, in 2003. Topic of Excellence's PhD thesis was modeling of organizational, methodological, and instrumental support for small organizations. His Excellency Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh is fluent in English, French, and Russian languages, in addition to fair knowledge of Hindi language. With such a vast experience in the field of economics and cooperatives development, AARDO benefits from Excellence's leadership in further strengthening its policies and programs on rural development in its member countries. With this introduction, I would like to welcome His Excellency Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh, Secretary General AARDO, to grace this occasion. Over to you, His Excellency, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Professor Moni. I think I'm audible to everybody.
Yes.
The voice is clear. Thank you, eminent Professor Moni. I would call him a very stalwart in informatics, now in development. Professor Emeritus, Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance of the Shobhit University, also chairperson of the various centers, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application, Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application. Our distinguished speaker, Mr. Vijeesh Sathyanesan, the CEO of ConnectOne Club, CEO COFBA Networks also, who I understand is going to enlighten us on a connecting platform for empowering farmers' communities. We are very sorry that we miss our Major General who was supposed to join us. And my dear colleagues also from AARDO, ladies and gentlemen, dear participants of this webinar, a very good morning to you all. As Secretary General of AARDO, it's a great honor and privilege for me to address on behalf of 32 governments this momentous 100th centenary edition of the laudable webinar series being organized by Shobhit University in collaboration with AARDO for AARDO member countries and also for many Indians and for a worldwide outreach. Today's webinar marks, I will call it a bright milestone and is a landmark icing of our synergistic and impact-bearing partnership of our two institutions and its immense outreach in building self-reliance in India and most importantly in sharing proven technologies and solutions to AARDO member countries and the world. At the very outset, I would like and wish to solemnly express AARDO's and my sincere gratitude and profound thanks to Honorable Chancellor Shri Kumar Vijendraji of Shobhit University, the VCs and all these professional and dedicated team for organizing up to now 100 successful webinars under the expert direction of Professor Moni. We've heard that there are other series also. They've already crossed more than 100. They are on 103. And we hope our series also will be going much further to bring more benefits to people around the world and to other member countries. All the efforts of the organizers and full dedication put in this webinar series and the pertinent thematics which Professor Moni was just mentioning, a long series of hundreds. All these domains are really very pertinent, and the way it has been conducted and been conducting is very outstanding, commendable, and very much applauded by AARDO, by other member countries, and obviously by all the participants. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear participants, I think now there is going to be a growing expectations as we are marking our centenary in between two major world events. We've just recently completed the COP27 in Egypt, and now with the G20 presidentship, there is the G20 presidentship which has been handed over to India, when we do understand that the limelight will be on digital, financial, and social inclusion, governance, inclusive growth, technology and applications, capacity building, empowerment, especially when we have from our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, has underscored the very philosophy of the G20 and the motto with the motto of Vasudev Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, and one future, as well as with life, which is interpreting as lifestyle for environment. Oneness, cooperation, and technology will certainly take us out of the contemporary cascade of emergencies we are going through, as well as many of our impending challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear participants, it is really very aberrant and even abhorrent that humanity is off target, or I will say on derailed targets, especially for SDG 1, SDG 2s. We have solutions to support all these problems. We have solutions to bring back many countries on their revival tracks. We know that many of them are lacking the required steam. They are facing very vigorous headwinds and uphill task, especially now we do understand that most of our member countries also, and many countries in the world, they are facing problems with food, fuel, fertilizers, and financial issues. Many of them are having disproportionate miseries and suffering. Allow me at this stage, even though we are celebrating our centenary, to remind all of us one quote of the Secretary General of UN when he said, "The vision and promise," I quote, "the vision and promise of the United Nations is that food, healthcare, water, sanitation, education, decent work, and social security are not commodities for sale to those who can afford them, but basic human rights to which we are all entitled." I'm very much happy to note that this centenary international webinar is on and about a value-based connecting and empowerment platform linking local businesses, and I understand particularly farmers, farming communities, to enable them to access markets, to enable them to enjoy economies of scale, increase productivity, profitability, and even livelihood. I also understand that this platform believes in community empowerment, fairness, transparency, and sustainability. We must together maintain and mainstream development that is inclusive, equitable, and sustainable in our agenda. I'm very much sure that today's historical AARDO Shobhit University will guide all our participants through a plethora of empowerment solutions, strategies, and models, which you may later on discuss with AARDO through many of your member countries. You will be having nodal ministries. You can come up to AARDO for implementation at a later stage. I would just say a few words on AARDO. We are championing more science for society, and we are looking towards more and more affordable, accessible, and available and user-friendly, innovative technology, especially in the field of agriculture and rural development. I'm also very pleased to announce that we are finalizing an MOU between AARDO and Shobhit University to further strengthen the bond which has already been established and to have a more institutional way of leveraging on each other's network. We look forward. I'm very confident that we'll be having a long working relationship with Shobhit University, and we do understand that we can both contribute to the noble goals of AARDO, as well as we can respond to have more vibrancy and buoyancy in many places in Africa and Asia, and obviously in other places of the world, because we know we've got certain solutions to get these countries and many communities out of the quagmire and the conundrum they are presently experiencing, especially those living in the rural communities. With these words, I would like to reiterate our gratitude to Honorable Chancellor Sri Kumar Vijendraji, to Professor Moni, the Vice Chancellor, and all the staff of Shobhit University, and obviously to our presenter of today's webinar. I will say successful presentation. And as we are approaching the end of the year, I will say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your very wonderful and thought-provoking and progressive and taking us towards the future. It's very important. You said that it is a bright landmark and it has got immense outreach in building self-reliance. It is something like a golden words which comes from the Your Excellency, and Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh, Secretary General of AARDO. We are very thankful for your participation and gracing the occasion. And I will request you to stay back. And if you have time, I would like to request Major General Dr. Sunil Chandra, who has joined here, to say few words. Dr. Sunil Chandraji. Mr. Manish? Okay, still his connection is the problem. Thank you very much, and Your Excellency. And I would like to, if you have time, please stay with us and you watch the program. Now I will request, and now I would like to, give the, what we have achieved so far, and I would like for a brief introduction. So far, under this international webinar series, the two centers of excellence, the Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, have organized 99 lectures on very important topic. And for example, I would like to tell the titles of this webinar series because, as the Secretary General said it very clearly, that it's providing the immense outreach for self-reliance program. Open technologies to provision simple and economical IT infrastructure. A roadmap for students using free and open source software and reaching goals of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Open source and industrial IoTs for SMEs. Free and open source software adoption and business models. Open data platform for smart digital government. Technology imperatives make in India for self-reliance. Edge artificial intelligence. Data governance for self-reliant India. Digital India transforming governance and society. India's email service, citizen@indiamail.com in 22 constitutionally recognized languages. Ecosystem architecture for digital transformation. This was given by the former Secretary to Government of India, Shri Sathyanesan. And education system cyber critical infrastructure, seizing opportunities in open innovation and value creation network in the digital world for self-reliant economy, given by Dr. Jabamale Vinanchi Arachi, former principal advisor to the Director General UNIDO Vienna. Digital India, urgent need for semiconductor manufacturing in India, ensuring food safety and compliance through technology. Technology investment in agriculture value chain, role of foreign direct investment, given by Dr. Dhanendra Kumar, former chairman, Competition Commission of India, Government of India, and former executive director, the World Bank. Entrepreneurship and skill development, AI design pathways, the rise of platform economy, revisiting value chain governance, era of automation, industrial robotics, and Industry 4.0, Indo-German perspective of technology transfer, skill gap analysis and opportunities. Role of artificial intelligence in healthcare, current developments in diagnosis and vaccine research. Digital agri-tech and agri-tech startup perspective, health informatics network value chain, e-health system and beyond. Learning emerging technologies for ensuring transparent and traceable agri and food supply chain. Unleash the power of citizen development for enterprise software development. E-governance models towards sustained quality service to citizen factor by technology. Indian MSMEs to adopt Industry 4.0 technology capabilities, urgent need for mentorship and accelerator program. Building public digital platform using microservices and APIs. Health informatics network value chain, early childhood development and learning. Health informatics network value chain, healthcare startup program. Health informatics network value chain, clinical AI, clinical artificial intelligence, an interface between machine learning, and health informatics. Health informatics network value chain, importance of social medicine and community health in the times of health emergency. Gravity filter, a simple low-cost solution to the drinking water treatment in rural India. Open source GovTech startups empowering growth with automation. Digital transformation in small enterprises and businesses, small businesses of India, challenges and opportunities. National Digital Twine Program, need for a robust geospatial infrastructure. Industry 4.0 and MSME, benefits of indigenously developed CollabCAD software from NIC, National Informatics Center. Mass serialization and anti-counterfeiting solution to fight illicit trade. Cyber security risk challenges and solutions. Intelligence approach to reduce cyber risk. New internet IPv6 root server toward Atmanirbhar Connected Bharat. Indian startups, reflections, and possible policy intervention needed for scaling up to Gram Panchayat. Blockchain and crypto for digital assets platform, pathways for global trade. Robot as a service, leverage technology to solve enterprise challenges. Space startups, connecting to international markets with the emerging business models, by Mr. Anil Prakash, Director General of SATCOM Industries Association India. Enabling technologies for future vision. Vivekananda Secondary Education and Skills Development Mega Project, its potential impact on rural entrepreneurship and its rural economy in India. Sportscrail, a digital sports media platform, and prospects of Indian sports industry sustainability model at a global level. Pharma 4.0, Industry 4.0 applications to pharmaceutical manufacturing, path to digital transformation. Accelerate, scale non-linear growth through partner ecosystem. Technological renaissance, the human capital, a perspective. Health informatics network value chain, medical outreach, challenges and potential. Beyond COVID-19, revitalizing micro and small enterprises. Project management essentials, launchpad for future CEOs and startup founders. Society 5.0, a new society beyond Industry 4.0 and post-COVID-19, by Mr. Tomio Isage, a former managing director, Sharp India Limited, India. Smart village oblique community, African ICT IoT lesson, digital economy, ways and means to protect and empower for self-reliance. Pragmatic ways for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Democratization of essential services by using sustainable energy as a catalyst. Transforming India through relevant education and vocational training. Digital technology in simplifying citizen life, by Dr. Dinesh Kumar Tyagi, former Managing Director, Common Services Center, E-Governance Services India Limited. Online learning during the pandemic and its future. Smart microeconomic zones, pathway for self-reliance at village level, Atmanirbhar Bharat. Crime prediction support system, knowledge management for development partnership to achieve sustainable development goals of the UN and implementing the Agenda 2030, by Professor Andreas Brodner, Global Chairman and Managing Director, Knowledge City, Vienna, Austria. Millet value chain from IoT to blockchain, a traceability roadmap. Aspirational district program in left-wing extremism affected district, a successful model of data-driven governance. Digital agriculture supply chain and trading hub, a geo-economic perspective, by Maya Suresh Kannan, a CEO Agrokarma from Canada. Market-driven agriculture, need for development of crop-specific strategies at block level, and open AgriNet to unlock $1 trillion plus potential of Indian agriculture with smallholder farmers. Developing rural entrepreneurship to ensure doubling of farmers' income, by Devashish Mahapatra, Resident Representative, World Bank Group, Lucknow. Leveraging the power of convergence through connecting the dots, agri-startups, agripreneurs, and rural innovators. Agronomy plus artificial intelligence is equal to precision farming. Doubling farmers' income, imperatives of plant health informatics network. Developing commercial breadfruit value chain to help farmers reach high-value markets. Commodity value chain creation through Agri Network and Agri AI, by Andrew Gavagan from Australia. Farm to Plate, a one-stop agri-tech platform to simplify supply chain and e-commerce needs of food and perishable commodities. Health Informatics Network value chain, National Animal Disease Reporting System, NADRS 2012, and Beyond by Dr. Praveen Malik, Animal Husbandry Commissioner of Government of India. Health AI, artificial intelligence in metaverse, frontiers in workspace. Coffee Informatics Network value chain facilitating smallholder coffee farmers into business. Health Informatics Network value chain building up one health ecosystem, role of digital architecture. Diversification of fish and fisheries resource management in its challenges in Bangladesh. Data mining and digital architecture. Drone technology ecosystem empowering smallholder farmers in India. Fisheries Informatics Network value chain, a business plan for fisheries cooperatives to attract investors. Making urbanization work for the poor through new technologies by Astrid Rosemary Haas, urban advisor, independent consultant from Kampala, Uganda. Disruptive technologies in precision agriculture. Strategy for total development of local areas with ICT, digital economy, ways and means to protect and empower for self-reliance, sustainability frameworks and standards for agriculture commodities global experience. We Mill, a social business initiative for rural women. E-governance in digital India, challenges and potential. Application of AI and digitization in agriculture and animal husbandry. Organic and natural farming, certification and way forward by Dr. Gaganesh Sharma, Director, National Center for Organic and Natural Farming, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. Transformation through technology, pathway for industries to embrace digital, operational and knowledge transformation for participating in global value chain. Healthcare informatics value chain, digital health analytics leading to digital twine for better health care. Smart, sustainably managing agriculture in remote terrain technologies, empowering farmers to make agriculture profitable and sustainable. India becoming drone technology global hub by 2030, opportunities and challenges and way forward. Regeneration and acceleration of agribusiness through digital transformation. And today is the 100th edition, and it has been graced by our chief guest, His Excellency Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh. And we have the guest speaker, Mr. Vijeesh Sathyanesan, Chief Executive Officer, ConnectOne Club. He will talk about his very innovative platform, ConnectOne, a connecting platform for empowering farming communities. Dear participants, please note the keyword, ConnectOne, digital platform, farming communities empowerment, global value chain. India is said to be a land of villages. Acharya Vinoba Bhave said, India is largely an agricultural country, Krishi Pradhan Desh, and a country of villages, having more than 6.25 lakhs villages. It is agriculture sector is the foundation of Indian economy. It employs more than 50% of the India's workforce and contributes to the tune of 19% of its GDP. And it is the main source of food, employment and income for 70 to 80% of the people suffering from hunger in developing countries. Climate change has got both the direct and indirect effects on agricultural productivity, including changing rainfall patterns, severe drought, flooding, and changes in the geographical redistribution of pests and diseases. Farmers of India are facing multidimensional problems, such as price fluctuation, debt, lack of infrastructure, and weather. Farming community comprises of about 14.5 crores operation holding, of which 85% of the Indian farmers are having small and marginal operational holding. They need timely, location-specific, and personalized information for effective control on their production risk and then market their produce to the identified markets. Many national level programs such as Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, Startup India, Stand Up India programs have got some operational difficulties for its impact at farm level and farmer level, that too at small and marginal farmers. But drone technology applications are making way for bringing in drone technology based application even in smallholder farm level. And we are very happy to note that. I also would like to quote our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi at the 7th Governing Council of Niti Aayog, held on 7th August 2022 in New Delhi. He said in his opening address, I quote, he stressed the need to focus on modernized agriculture, animal husbandry, and food processing to become self-sufficient and global leader in the agriculture. He said the need to focus on modernized agriculture, animal husbandry, and food processing to become self-sufficient and global leader in the agriculture. And in his closing remark, he said, I quote, each state should focus on promoting trade, tourism, and technology via every Indian mission around the world. The states must focus on reducing imports, increasing exports, and identifying opportunities thereof. And we have recommendations from Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 report 2018. I was closely associated with this during the formulation of the Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 report recommendations associated with volume 11 and volume 12b. It is in this report is popularly known as Dr. Ashok Dalwai Committee report. Volume 12b talks about digital technology in agriculture. This international webinar series on open source digital technology for self-reliant India is a raw operationalization of the digital technology in agriculture and SMEs and health sector and so on and so forth to make rural India self-reliant, rural economy self-reliant, and promoting such technologies. And I'm very happy to note during the address of our His Excellency Secretary General, he said that proven technology can facilitate immense outreach in the member countries of AARDO. And that's why our close association with AARDO and Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology deemed to University is going to grow like anything in the days to come. And this 7 mission mode programs, it's very important for undertaking digital technology in agriculture. And this committee also talks about networking and digitalization of all agricultural cooperative societies and primary fisher cooperative societies. For that matter, all cooperative societies and under the name COOPNet, that is Cooperative Informatics Network, and e-cooperative. E-cooperatives means digitalization of every cooperative. And India has got Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is a mission of our vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, of making India a self-reliant nation rested on 5 I's: intent, inclusion, investment, infrastructure, and innovation. Based on 5 pillars: economy, quantum jump in economy; infrastructure, one that represents modern India; system, 21st century technology driven and vibrant demography; and demand, whereby strength of our demand and supply chain should be utilized to full capacity. Digital India program aims to transform India into a knowledge-based economy and a digitally empowered society. Digital India aims to provide the much needed thrust to the 9 pillars of the growth area: broadband, highways, universal access to mobile connectivity, public internet access program, e-governance, e-Granti, electronic delivery of services, information for all, electronic manufacturing, and etc. etc. Digital world is a rise of platform economy, and digital ecosystem are essential for digital transformation in the digital world. 10 technologies are making impact: artificial intelligence, 5G, IoT, serverless computing, biometrics, augmented reality, virtual reality, blockchain, robotics, natural language processing, and quantum computing. We have the ecosystem: agriculture 4.0, industry 4.0, and society 5.0. And this is where both the university and AARDO would like to venture into these 3 ecosystems. And India has got also Amrit Kal led up to 100, that New India by 2047. And we have a national logistic policy which talks about development of unified logistic interface platform to help different government and private agencies such as shippers, service providers, and enable information exchange on a real-time basis in a confidential manner. And in the historic Prime Minister's historic Independence Day speech, 15th August 2022, he said 5 pillars of India's development. He said there are 5 pledges, and he called it as a Panch Pran. And it is that goal of developed India, remove any trace of colonial mindset, take pride in our root, unity, and sense of duty among the citizens. We have 17 Sustainable Development Goals. His Excellency talked about, that how through digitalization and efforts of AARDO and the educational institution like Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology can fulfill the aspiration of Sustainable Development Goals, and 17 Sustainable Development Goals and 169 targets to be achieved. Digitalization of agriculture sector may fulfill many of the Sustainable Development Goals to be achieved. Today's topic is ConnectOne, a connecting platform for empowering farming communities. There are opportunities and challenges, and I would like to quote one or two articles which talks about the opportunities and challenges in India. Indian agriculture has transformed from traditional production to agribusiness industry, from pure production to a broader concept including input supply, farm machinery, production, food processing, marketing, and distribution of farm products and other services. And there are constraints, and these constraints can be resolved through enhanced private investment in the industry. Major constraints in the agribusiness industry are poor marketing and finance facilities, lack of infrastructure, trained personnel, outdated technology, and poor management. Agribusiness sector in developing countries, according to our distinguished economist, Dr. S.S. Acharya, in his article in 2007, he said it, agribusiness sector in developing countries such as India comprises of 4 distinct subsectors: agricultural inputs, agricultural production, agri-processing, and marketing trade, encompassing every subsectors. And also that agribusiness is an industry, is an enterprises, and the field of study of value chain in agriculture. Agribusiness is not limited to farming. It encompasses a broad spectrum through the agribusiness system, which includes input supplies, value addition, marketing, enterprises and entrepreneurship, microfinancing, and agriculture extension. Agribusiness continues to be the powerful growth engine of Indian economy. SMEs will play a key role in the segment, reaping the fruits of plethora of opportunities in the segment. But modern agriculture has many complex challenges. Cope with climate change, soil erosion, and biodiversity loss. Satisfy consumers' changing taste and expectation. Invest in farm productivity. Meet rising demand for more food of higher quality. Adopt and learn new technologies. Stay resilient against global economic factors. Inspire young people to stay in rural areas and become future farmers. And I would like to quote a very important project of Maharashtra Agribusiness Network project. It is called MagNet 2021. By 2026-27, and this is a project funded by Asian Development Bank, would like to improve the networks of post-harvest facilities and marketing management for 10 selected value chain in Maharashtra: banana, custard apple, green and red chilies, guava, okra, orange, pomegranate, sapota, and strawberry and sweet lime. I would also like to quote some recommendation, some issues as mentioned in the United Nations Industrial Development Organization on an issue paper, Smart Agribusiness. It talks about expert group meeting on digital agribusiness 2021. And it talks about that small agribusiness refers to application of digital technologies to improve efficiency of all stakeholders in the interrelated and interdependent value chain in agriculture. The whole of smart business is to leverage the recent surge in technologies such as blockchain, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, remote sensing technology, cloud computing, and mobile internet to reduce information and financial asymmetry across the agriculture value chain. Through the use of these technologies, smart agribusiness can increase farmers' access to inputs, information, finance, and knowledge. And World Bank report also talks about agribusiness and medium-sized enterprises are critical to link smallholder producers to national markets, meet food demand, and create tomorrow's job. The World Bank Group works to increase market access to smallholders and strengthen food value chain. The challenge is to better integrate small-scale farmers into markets so that they can make the agriculture sector stronger. And under this webinar series, we have conducted more than 15 webinars related to this agriculture value chain in the international webinar series on open source digital technology, and about 12 webinars on the national webinar series on doubling farmers' income. And from the website of the today's guest speaker, and I liked it very much, they are looking on, it says that they focus on process optimization in the agriculture value chain. They say that we believe in building more collaboration in farming communities. To achieve this goal, we built ConnectOne, a collaboration platform built exclusively for farming communities. This platform can improve collaboration in communities, help them grow and thrive in today's market. And they talk about seller aggregation, buyer aggregation, circular economy, share machinery, and discussion forum. And with this, I would like to now invite Mr. Vijeesh Sathyanesan, Chief Executive Officer, ConnectOne Club, COFBA Network, Trivandrum, and he will be addressing from Australia. At present, he is based in Australia. And today's topic will galvanize and motivate the participants watching over telecast through facebook.com, Shobhit University, India, youtube.com, Shobhit University in, and linkedin.com, company Shobhit University, for regeneration and acceleration of agribusiness through digital transformation at village level, and also to establish 2.25 lakh agribusiness startups, one per each gram panchayat in the country. Let us unlock the opportunities in India at the earliest. Mr. Manoj, can you put his profile? Mr. Vijeesh Sathyanesan is presently CEO, ConnectOne Club, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, and a business intelligence consultant with 17 years of qualitative experience in data warehousing, ETL, and data analysis, experienced in data warehousing project using different technologies and databases, successfully designed and implemented various data loading process, experience in data mapping logics by analyzing the business data, an effective communicator and team leader with strong analytical problem solving and organizational abilities, self-starter with a flexible and detail-oriented attitude. His present assignment include senior data engineer at Commonwealth Bank, Sydney, designer with the ConnectOne Club, Sydney, Australia. He had earlier worked with Westpac, Sydney as senior data engineer, Commonwealth Bank, Sydney as senior data analyst, and National Disability Insurance Agency, Sydney as business intelligence consultant. Mr. Vijeesh Sathyanesan did his BTech in computer science from Cochin University of Science and Technology, India, and he comes with a passion and vision to build business networks to empower communities. With this, I would like to request and invite Mr. Sathyanesan, Vijeesh Sathyanesan, to participate in the international webinar series on open source digital technologies for self-reliant India, to talk on ConnectOne, a connecting platform for empowering farming communities. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thanks a lot, Moni sir, and thanks a lot for the introduction and inviting us to this great platform. So yeah, we are really happy to be part of this great initiative. Thank you. Yeah, so I can start with my small presentation. So let me share my screen. Yes. So hello everyone. So I am Vijeesh and I am from ConnectOne Club. And we are a business from Kerala, and we are in association with Kerala Startup Mission. And we have operations in Kerala as well as in Australia. And our main focus is we build collaboration platform for farmer groups. So that is our main focus. And when we talk about farmer groups, most of the time we think about the group of farmers who are trying to work as a single unit. So let's say we are taking this example, and there is a farmer group, and there is an administrative team, just like a office or a
Mr. Vijesh,
yes.
just 1 minute. Secretary, His Excellency Secretary General wants to give some remarks. I would like to request our, His Excellency the Secretary General to say a few words.
Oh, sure.
Secretary General,
Yep, of course.
please unmute your mic.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor. I think you've done already a great job in elaborating all these programs we have been supporting together. And this now is a presentation which is coming. But I'm very sorry I will not be able to assist till the end. But I would like to get through all these PowerPoints later on. And obviously, as you have already highlighted, the mission is already there. And the technological solutions, I think this wonderful group is already doing very good job in terms of connecting people in Kerala, you said, and now you're already operating from Australia. And these are wonderful types of projects, implementations, and technological solutions. Especially, I'm very much concerned about the way you're looking and tackling those problems, giving real empowerment to people from the community perspective, and doing business in a more ethical manner, giving voice to people, giving network to businesses, and connecting and creating more transparencies and fairness in the value chain. We always know that value is being created, but it is not being shared. It is not being distributed in a fair manner. But as youngsters and people promoting this type of concept, we will be supporting also from AARDO. And I do understand Shobhit University also will get lots of support in propagating and having these type of models emulated in other member countries. And obviously, with your support, we'll take whatever technical support can be dished out to our member countries. We've got certain facilities. We can implement small projects, also get started. We have possibilities of exchanging experts, traveling from one country to another. I do hope that your presentation will be guiding our member countries also and other participants they will be incited in at least getting started with this type of models of connecting communities and connecting farmers. This is a wonderful and noble job you are doing, because we've just been going through COVID. The whole world has seen the miseries so many people have gone through, and especially those who were having lesser means and lesser resources. They have suffered disproportionately. And with this type of model, I personally believe, and AARDO is working in that direction. We have been having a long discussion with Professor Moni and many other experts that, and now, as I said in the opening remarks, India also has got a great opportunity of leading the world and showing which type of solutions. India is already leading in so many domains, but this will be a particular domain where we'll be empowering more and more people and getting them out of those turmoils, out of those issues they are presently facing. I think that's a wonderful. I'm very sorry to interrupt you at the midst of your one, but just because I will be leaving a few minutes, I will just follow a few more minutes and then a couple more minutes. I've got other pre-commitments, but best of luck to Professor Moni. And I've been chatting also with Major General Sunil Chandra. I will be expecting him also to visit our headquarters, and an open invitation is given to the presenter also. Whenever he's in Delhi, he can always visit us. We can discuss further how to take these interesting model further. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your participation and also your complete visionary plan. It's more than vision, that how we should work together. And you have given as you have mentioned it, that it is going to be an immense outreach plan. Thank you very much for your suggestion and also your invitation to work very closely with AARDO, and thank you very much. And I'm personally, professionally, intellectually, completely immersed in in this webinar series which we are doing in association with AARDO. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
I will
All the
request.
credit goes to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I also would like to thank Dr. Sanjeev Behera, who has been always, working, and we are interacting with him to make many programs successful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now I will request Mr. Vijeesh to continue with your, presentation. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, you can see my screen, isn't it? Is it visible, my screen?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
No,
Yeah. So just,
okay.
yeah, perfect. Yeah. So just to restart from where we left. Yeah. So we are ConnectOne, and we are in association with Kerala Startup Mission, and we have operations in Kerala, mainly in the spices area, and we are starting our operations in Australia as well. So that's our company background, and our main objective is we build collaboration platforms for farmer communities. So that's our main focus. And when we say about farmer groups or the farmer communities, most of the time we think about the set of farmers who are trying to work together as a single unit. So most of the time there will be a different kind of farmers in this particular group. Just for an example, there could be fruit and vegetable farmers, then there could be livestock farmers, then grain farmers, and the beekeepers. These are the different kind of farmers which could be in a particular community. But if we expand this the picture a little bit, there'll be a different set of the main the key players in this particular ecosystem will be coming up. They are the buyers. So farmers produce the stock, the food, and the buyers will be taking that to the end customer. So when we look into this, there could be exporters, then there will be wholesale buyers, then storage units, who is keeping the stock for the off season or the peak season time, and there will be the transport companies, then there will be the retail buyers, and so this is the buying and selling part. And if we expand the view again a little bit more, then there will be a lot of input service companies coming into picture. For example, there will be companies, who are selling fertilizers, then pesticides. Then there will be bank who is giving the loan and the credits and everything. And then there will be the fuel companies, who are selling the fuel for the particular operations. And then there will be the machinery, the machines, and the different actor companies who will be supplying a lot of advanced tools for the farmers. So these are the different the units in the ecosystem. No. Yeah, so just give me a minute. Yeah, so yeah, I'm back. So when we talk about the farming group, so these are the different things, and just to add little more, just to show the complexity a little bit. If you just remove this particular, like if you put everyone together, it will become a very big system. And what happens is most of the time there will be an admin team who is sitting in middle of this particular system, and they try to make an ecosystem in their own ways. So they will try to talk with the different people, and they will try to do the seminars, webinars, so they will try to do, they do a great job and in connecting everyone in the ecosystem. But most of the time what happens is, they don't use a particular tool or a platform which is designed for this. So because of that, there could be a lot of little bit of duplicate work happening, then there could be a lot of the effort extra spent to bring everyone together, all those kind of challenges. That's when we thought, it's good to get a platform where the communities can come together and they can coordinate, they can collaborate their activities together. So that is the main focus, and that's our offering as a startup who is working in this particular area. And just to give a little more wider picture, if we extend this group a little bit, there are a lot of positive things happening or coming up in the farming community. For example, like there is a lot of focus happening in the circular economy, then the regenerative agriculture, because now we know the environment is a very key thing that we need to take care. So based on that, a lot of regenerative agriculture practices are coming up. Then there is a renting sharing opportunity, and then the traceability from farm to customer. Then a lot of regulatory standards are coming up, because regulatory standards are very important, because that will help us to connect with the exporting hubs. So to export something, we need to tick the marks, like we need to follow a set of regulatory standards to meet the international standards. And then there is biosecurity, then there are different kind of organic farming. So the community is expanding, and if you use a proper structure, to coordinate all these units, we can do a lot of wonderful things. So that was our idea, and we came up with ConnectOne community platform, which is mainly built for farmers, focusing farmers. And that being said, I can quickly go through a set of benefits which the platform can offer, and after that, I can.
You can just put the previous slide just for a minute. Previous slide. Okay, just no after this.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So yeah.
Just I'll take the screen.
Okay, no worries. Yeah.
Please carry on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I will go through a set of benefits, and after that I can do a quick demo. Like demo won't take much time. Like it's a very simple system. So we can quickly cover a set of screens in the demo. So that will give that will give a very good understanding about the offering that we are providing. And to start with, this is a key benefit or a key feature that we can do. So we can do aggregation of our selling capability. So when we say selling power or a selling capability of a particular community, so that is the produce or the production from the farmers, right? So let's say there will be 100 or 200 farmers in a particular community, and everyone will be producing different kind of produce, different quantity, and from different locations. So what we can do is, the farmers can come into this particular platform, and they can start putting their harvest details. So it can be done by either the farmer, or it can be done by the administrative team who is handling all these operations. And so this is how it will look like. The first farmer will say, okay, I got 100 kilo cabbage, and it will be ready by January 1st week. Then the second farmer will say, I got 200 kilo carrot, and it will be ready by January 2nd week. And like this, when all the 100 farmers put their harvest details, it will become a very detailed digital catalog, which can be shared with the buyer community. And the buyers will be able to go through this particular catalog, and they can start putting their the requirements, something like, okay, I need this kind of produce, cabbage. I'm looking for cabbage. Then I need a particular quantity, quality. I need the second grade or the first grade quality. Then I need from this particular location. So they can put all their preferences in this digital catalog, and based on those preferences, they can start seeing the stocks which are available, and it can be sorted, all those kind of things, and they can start putting their price, and they can negotiate with the buyer. They can negotiate with the seller, which is our farmer, and they can get into a common price, which is agreeable or agreed by both parties. So then another thing is, it's a digital thing, so it can be shared with more buyers. We can put it in the different social media. We can put it in Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all those kind of things, which will attract more buyers into this particular ecosystem. And as there are more buyers in the ecosystem, the farmers will start to get more price. So that is the summary of the thing. So it will start to give better prices and the visibility for the farmers. And the second one is input service aggregation. So as I mentioned earlier, there are different kind of input service providers in a farmer community, right? It could be the fertilizer, pesticides companies, bank, then the fuel, the diesel or petrol. Then there could be the machineries. So there are a lot of people working behind the scene to run or to make a farming community operational. So, and to these service providers, the farmers will be in the current world, the farmers are communicating in a one-to-one basis. So if there are 100 farmers, every 100 farmer will go to this input service provider. And as you can see, that communication get little bit complicated with too many different requests, and it could be a little bit noisy. But using the platform, using ConnectOne platform, what we can do is admin can collect all the service requests or the purchase orders from all the farmers. And we know if 100 or 200 farmers start putting their the input service request, it will become a very bulk quantity, right? And with that bulk quantity purchase order, admin can go to the service provider and he can surely get a 10 to 5% offer because of the size or the quantity of the order. And since everything is digitalized, like we can just settle the account in a single window system, and the delivery can be tracked or distributed based on the farmer details. So just to give an example, in a season, a set of a region in a particular state in India, so they spend around 1 crore worth of diesel for their one season. And if we do this particular, the aggregation process, straight away, we will get 5 to 10% the cost reduction, which is around 5 lakh to 10 lakh for that particular farmer group. So that's a straightforward cost saving for the farmer, and it will give more bandwidth in his operational activities. So that's the input service aggregation. Then the next one, circular economy. So this is a new term in the agriculture field, but it's very powerful. It's powerful in terms of environment and in the revenue. So just to give an example, 40% of the farm produce is not leaving the farm. That's the current situation. And it's happening because sometimes there could be a lot of surplus food coming up, because everything is balanced based on demand and supply, right? So sometimes the demand will get reduced. And so because of that, there could be a lot of surplus food being generated from farm. And because of the balance issue, quickly the farmers cannot find any buyers. Eventually that will get wasted. And another one is sometimes, the buyers will get very picky on the grading system. They will say, okay, I can't take only grade 1 and grade 2. And sorry, I cannot take grade 3 and grade 4. So because of this unexpected, the demands from the market, farmers will get stuck with the low graded produce. It's still a good food, like it can be consumed because it's still coming from the same plant and it's the same system. But because of the shape or because of the color of the produce, there won't be any buyers available. So even that particular set of food will get wasted. But through this platform, what we can do is we can collect all those kind of surplus or low graded produce, and we can distribute or we can broadcast with the circular economy agencies. There are too many agencies available now. The people who do the recycling of food, upcycling of food. Upcycling means they will take the fruit, and we can make different kind of juice, the frozen fruits, and then the creams and everything. So like there are too many production units are available. So we can connect these kind of stocks to this particular agencies where they'll be able to intake these kind of produce, and they can make value out of it. So instead of sending these things to the landfill, we can find value out of it, which will give additional revenue for the farmers. So we are bringing the food wastage down. And the next one is renting and share facility that we can set it up. So for example, like there could be again 100 farmers, and some farmers will have budget or the plan to get some advanced machineries. For example, there are too many agri-tech the options or the advanced technologies are coming up. But some farmers will be ready to try them, and some set of farmers will say, okay, I'm not ready to spend some extra money on that. So, but if we have a renting option, we can reduce this kind of risk in acquiring new machineries. For example, so let's say, okay, there are 100 farmers and 10 farmers are buying new machinery, and they can put it on for renting in the particular platform, saying that, okay, I got this particular machinery and it's really nice for post-harvest activities, something like grading or sorting kind of thing. And based on that particular info, other farmers can come into the platform and they can rent it, for a nominal fee. So through this process, both parties, whoever is renting it and whoever is renting it out, they are saving money. So that will act as a very good supporting system for the farming communities. So just to give an example, now we are partnering with AgroGrade, who is a very good the AI-based grading system. Like it's a startup who is keenly working on the AI-based systems, and we are partnering with them. And through that process, the farmers in Kerala, who is the cardamom and pepper farmers, they'll be able to access to the high-tech technology AgroGrade is developing. So that's one case study, and that's the one change we are able to bring into the farmer community. And the last main one, there are too many, but I'm just showing only the 5 benefits just to keep the presentation crisp and sweet. So the last one is the discussion forum. So this is a particular discussion framework or a platform we can do for the farmer community, where they can come in and they can discuss their challenges and find solutions. For example, I'm just giving an example. So now there is a new treaty coming up. It's already signed between Australia and India to increase the trading between the nations. So we heard this news, but we don't know the details. But we can set up a discussion channel in this particular platform for the farmers, saying that, hello everyone, we got a new treaty signed up between Australia and India, which is giving more opportunity for us to export our things, our produce. So if somebody is interested to know the details, please reach out to this number or email, something like that. So that will create a new discussion thread for the farming community, and they can start discussing on that. So that will create a knowledge base, and everyone who wanted to see the details, they can see the information straight away. And another one is share best practices. So the good scenario is, okay, there is a farmer and he's very good with finding the some kind of a weed from the field. So he can say, okay, he can share his knowledge, saying, "Hello guys, after the rain, just wait for 2 days and immediately check, because there is a chance that this weed can come up because of the rain." So he can start sharing all these kind of best practices. So eventually, that will become a very powerful knowledge repository, because as we know, knowledge is power. So we can make use of the common available knowledge in a more powerful way. So these are the main things. And so just to put everything together, so these are a few features, and these are the very powerful benefits which can bring a lot of positive things to the farming community. And another thing is, this platform comes as a white label solution. For example, like we ConnectOne is building this solution, but we are not going to put it as our brand or our product or anything. We just give the technology platform to that particular community, and the community owns it. They can see everything which is happening in the system, and it comes with the community brand. Brand means, community logo and name, and even the color theme, and it comes with mobile app. But everything comes with that particular logo and the name. So what we are focusing is, we are encouraging to build their local brand. Because if there is a community which is coming from a particular village, they need to be known with their name. So that is our main motto. We are supporting, encouraging them to build local branding so that it will give a identity or local identity and strength to that particular community. So that's the common things. And now I will quickly show you a demo which shows how these things are in real world. Right? So yeah, so this is the platform looks like. As I mentioned, this is a section for circular economy. This is for the buying and selling, and this is for input services. Then this is the section for renting tools and services. Then this is a section for discussion forum. So like this, yeah, we can keep putting the different sections where people can jump in and they can make use of that particular feature or the benefit. And now, as I mentioned earlier, this comes with the group's name and the group's logo and even the group color, that particular, the branding color. So that will help them to build the local branding. And now, just to show a small piece of how it works, let's say there is a group of farmers and there are a set of grape growers, grape farmers. And the grape farmer is coming into the platform or the system and he's trying to sell his grape. So this is how it will look like. He's selecting as a grape category, and then he's saying, okay, this will be available on this particular day, and he can put a time, a pickup time or something like that, and just to give pass more information on pickup and the delivery address. Let's say he's putting the particular address, the farm address, and then 1,000 kilo and the expected price 100 rupees per kilo. I'm just putting some test data here, and we can set up an auction. Okay, so the buyers can come in and they can start bidding their price. So starting price is 20, and we can put some comments, good quality. But then this is the cool thing, like it's the advanced thing. We can add quality information here. So click on this. It will show the quality of that particular stock based on the size of the stock. And so we can keep customizing this particular page. Okay, so there could be a little bit difference in the quality parameters for grape, different kind of vegetables, different kind of fruits. But for any product, we can customize this page. So we can include the quality information for any kind of produce. So let's say, okay, we are entering this particular page. And if you are say, okay, we are after entering this page, we have done. And then we submit. It's added to the system. And now, like this, all the farmers can enter their harvest data. Then we can send this particular data to the buyers. So buyers can come in and they can click on this and they will start to see, okay, which are the stocks available. So just to give a structure of the page, on the left-hand side, we've got filters and there is a harvest calendar. Calendar means, it will show on which month, on which week, what kind of produce is available. So I will show that in a minute. Then we got a summary page. Then we got the list of stocks. So these are the different sections. And now to give a little bit idea about the filters. So it's like booking a hotel accommodation. So when we book a hotel accommodation, we'll go to some booking sites. Then we start to put our filters on the left-hand side, right? And based on that, we will see, okay, which are the list of hotel rooms available. Then we click on one based on our preference. Then we book that. In the same way, here we can start clicking on the filters on which we can see the availability of that particular stock in the calendar. And if you click on this, it will show, okay, on which day that particular stock is available. And if you keep, it will give a summary of data as well. And then there are more things. We can see the summary view. And then if you click on the map, it will show from where it's coming up, from which area or from which region or the farm that particular thing is coming up. So basically that will give more clarity for the buyer, it will give more confidence saying, okay, I know from this produce is coming up. So that's the visibility we are bringing into the ecosystem. And then this is the list of the different stock we just added. And again, we can see that in map or we can see it in listing. And if you open one, let me open one. So okay, let me open all the data. So when we open one, we can see all the details that seller entered here. So for example, this is the lot number, this is the delivery date. If there are pictures, it will show, and all the details. Then the quality information that I was showing, so that will come up here. Then there are auction feature, so which is showing it's a red color, which shows that this is underbid. And if we want, we can put a +5 for the buyer, and it will become green. So that I will show you. Then there are more options, which shows the feature for auto bid, option for auto bid. Auto bid means the buyer can say, okay, I'm happy with this stock, and I am happy to go till 50. So system will remember it, and it will keep bidding till that particular limit. Then buyer can put an offer, even seller can come up with an offer, all those kind of different negotiation tracks. And okay, actually I'm looking for, so this is one stock with the quality information ended. So here we can see, okay, the quality matrix is updated, and based on that, we can see that even in a graph. So it will give a lot of clarity for the buyer. And let's say the buyer is looking to increase the price, he can click on this, and it became green. So basically that bid is accepted, and the price is increased by 5. So that's a high level thing. And like this, we can do the same thing for circular economy, input services. Like we can keep collecting the requests from the farmers, and we can channel to the corresponding agencies or the corresponding vendors, and they can keep putting their pricing, and it will come to the system. And when I say system, this is the admin panel, which is controlling the entire system. And the farmer community, he will have access to this particular system. So he can see, okay, how many users, how many stocks, and the auction settings, offline settings, and the farmer community will have access to all kind of reports. So as our the earlier respected guest speaker was mentioning, now there is digitalization, but farmers doesn't have access to all these minute details. But through this particular system, farmers are controlling everything. The admin will be able to see who is buying on what price and how we can improve it, and how many buyers are there in the ecosystem, how to add more buyers. So that particular admin can decide how to run the show. So that will bring a lot of confidence to the buyer, to the farming community, and it will give a lot of control also to the farming community. So now farming community is our price takers. Price taker means the buyer will say, okay, this is the price, and the farmers are forced to take that particular price. But from that position, we can change the farmers to price deciders, because they got the system, they got the tools to do that particular operations. So that's the demo in very high level. And now I will just complete the presentation in a few slides, then we can go for the discussion. Then as a case study, we started in Cardamom in Kerala. And when we started in this ecosystem, it was a very comparatively small local market, which is controlled by the local ecosystem. And then we were able to increase that particular radius or the number of buyers into the ecosystem, because it's digital. Anyone can join from any particular location. They don't have to travel to the auction system, based on which things were happening earlier. And because of that, more buyers were introduced, and it helped the group to get better prices, and the prices were uh, uh, getting into a better shape, and the operational cost reduced by 30%. So that was a big win for the particular group, because before getting into the system, all the buyers were transported to a particular auction hall for the trading process, and it was putting too much pressure to run a particular auction. But due to the digitalization, we don't have to do that. Anyone can join from remote offices, and things got started to run smoothly. And till this time, around $45 million worth of cardamom, we were able to aggregate it and sell to different buyers through this particular process. And it was 2 years operation. And this is our progress and the traction we were able to get in. So we launched this in 2019 now.
Mr. Vijeesh, $45 million or 45 million rupees?
It's a dollars. It's a USD.
Dollar. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a good sale, actually. Yeah. And this is our timeline and traction. We launched in November 2019, and immediately we got a very good partners from the cardamom community. And with the partnership, we include a lot of features. So now there are a lot of negotiations can be done between farmers, traders, and the admin. So it's a three-way communication, which is bringing a lot of clarity in the trading. And then we recently, we started to expand, because we stabilized the system to get into a more scalable version. And now we are expanding into different domains. We are implementing a platform for pepper association in Kochi, which is in Kerala. And that's going to be a very massive change in the trading environment. So we are looking forward to that particular implementation. That will be happening soon in January or February first week. So we are in the final steps of that. And then we started to focus more in the Australian market as well, because considering all the good things happening, the trade deals happening between India and Australia, we thought, okay, it's good to have some focus in the Australian market as well, because that will bring India and Australia more closer. And recently, we submitted a proposal into Victoria State in Australia, and we got awarded by $100,000. So that's a very good milestone for us to start operation in Australia. So we are actively working in that particular project as well. So in this particular project, we will be setting a platform for a region in Australia, so where they can come together, they can share the details, they can build collaboration, communication, and they can put circular economy framework, and they can do a lot of aggregations, traceability. Too many things can be done through that. And then this is our target market, farmer groups, clusters, produce markets, all those kind of the community-based systems. And then this is our business model. So we have very flexibility. So we can just work on different things. It's a very high level, but it's highly customizable based on the group's understanding or the expectations. And this is our team. So myself, Vijeesh, I am working as CEO. And
just don't rush through the business model. People, let them see it. Your business model.
Yeah, because actually I thought, it's taking too much time. So I was just trying to skip.
No, it's not. See, basically the business model is more important.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Then it's okay. If it's important, actually, I can just explain a little bit further. Because we got monthly subscription, and then there is a business support plan. So monthly subscription means, there are different kind of groups. First group is they are mature. They know how to do the trading. They know how to do the quality check. They know how to set up the contract between the buyers. So they are mature. They are doing this for years. So just to give an example, the cardamom farmer groups, they know how to do this. So to those kind of matured groups, we just give the platform as a technology tool, and they can do their business in their own terms. So we start with $400. So to put it in the Indian currency, like we start with 10,000 rupees per month. And again, this is based on the size of that particular ecosystem. Like size means how many farmers are there, how many buyers are there, how many vendors are there. So based on that, we can customize it. So the point is, as there are more people in the ecosystem, there will be more load into our system. So if there are less players in the ecosystem, we can go down. We can even go for 5,000 per month. So that's what I mentioned. Like it's highly customizable based on the commodity price, based on the reachability. For example, okay, if it's in a very remote place, we need to travel a lot. So it's customizable based on all these factors, and we can come up with a monthly plan for the mature groups. And for the amateur groups, what I meant is, so this could be the first time they are doing something with a tool, or this could be the first time they are doing a trading. So for those kind of groups, just giving a technology platform is not going to help, because they need some business support from the experts as well. So that expertise or that support we can provide, because we are running this business for like 3 years now, and we have the people who can support that operation. So, but the problem is, so when we give support, we need to spend more time with that particular group. We need to do more training. We need to do a lot of educational things. We are happy to do that, because that will bring a lot of change into that particular ecosystem. But what we do is, we do it in a more partnership way. We will say, okay, we are involving as a partner, so let's do it in a partnership way. So there won't be any monthly fee, because we want to put it as a risk-free for the community. So we will charge from 3 to 5% based on the factors I mentioned earlier. So if it's a remote place, the type of the commodity, it could be seasonal, or it could be available throughout the year, all those kind of different things. So we will put a 3 to 5% on the business support plans. And so the good thing is, it's a risk-free for the farmer group, because they want to pay us only if the system is working. So till that system works, we will be with them, right? So it's a collaboration. So we call it as a collaborative effort to get these things working. And then agri-tech marketplace, it's kind of the shared model we do with the other agri-tech the providers to get into this particular marketplace. So that is mainly for the startups that we collaborate. So these are the main business model. And what I meant is, so it's highly customizable, so nothing to worry about. Don't worry about the pricing, because our main focus is get everyone into the digital world so that we can customize. And that being said, this is the core team, and we are co-founders of 3 people. And I am working as a CEO, and I am looking after the technology areas as well. And Subhish, and he's looking after the operations. Then Jenny, like she's looking after the product management, the delivery of the product, all those kind of the things. Then so that's the main thing, so that is how we started. And that is the main benefits, and these are the main traction we were able to do. And as I mentioned, we were able to bring a very good change in cardamom, and we are getting started with pepper. Everything looks exciting. So that's our story. And so thanks for this wonderful session and platform. Thanks, Moni.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vijeesh Sathyanesan. And I was instrumental in operationalizing agriculture marketing information system network in the country way back in 2000. We connected more than 3,500 agriculture wholesale mandis out of 7,000 in the country way back from 1998 to 2007. And I was, after from such days onwards till now, I have been propagating market-led, extension programs. Today, under this webinar series, I'm able to have a presentation by a practitioner, a developer, a data engineer, and be able to build a world-class program for to empower farmers. This is what the Doubling Farmers Income by 2022 committee talks about it, and we have been driving. And my journey is more than 40 years. That we started with a district level computerization program in way back in 87. I was the project chief for 512 districts, and way back in 95, informatics blueprint for agriculture sector. And now today it is digitalized in Digital India 2015. And I'm the one technocrat connecting all the dots from 1985 onwards, when I was with the National Informatics Center. Now, as a Professor Emeritus and Chairman of these Centers of Excellence, and we are spearheading the movement with institutions like AARDO. It's an international organization to spread the technology which gets developed from India in developing countries. That I'm very happy today to have a presentation by an NRI, and developing, and with a focus that how to increase the trade between Australia and India, and then global trade. And this is what we are also talking about it. And there was also a talk by Mr. Andrew Gauguin, and from Australia, and he also talked about it, that how to increase the trade between Australia and India, because under the special dispensation which has come between Australia and India with respect to trade relationship. So it will be very nice that under this webinar series we are also attracting, and we are also getting appreciated by the international community. And thank you very much. And I would like to request your co-founder to join and give his experience. Is he online, Mr. Manish?
No, sir.
Okay. Is his co-founder online? Can you put him on front stage?
No, sir. He is not online.
Okay, no.
Mr. Vijeesh, can you ask him to come online?
Yeah, so let me say 1 second.
Yeah, please. And I'm very happy today, Mr. Vijeesh, for you to participate from Australia, and is rightly said it by our chief guest, His Excellency Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh, Secretary General AARDO, that he was impressed by your your business model, and he has also invited you to make a presentation at the headquarters, and also to take up pilot project in some of the member AARDO's member countries. That itself is a better appreciation, and the the benefits coming from this international webinar series. And let me summarize that is a very important talk you had it, and many features of this webinar series. And you talked about the it is a ConnectOne club. It's a ConnectOne club, and you talked about various that features, that talked about input services, circular economy, and traceability, and trading, regenerative agriculture, and regulatory standards, and biosecurity and measures, and also that renting and sharing facilities. I think it is what you talked about. It's in a nutshell, it is a complete end-to-end solutions, that from producer to buyer, and also that this network, this platform can also facilitate. That's what you said it, that whoever is producing solutions can join, and it is a white label. You are providing that facilities. That And this is where that the importance of this component which you're talking about it. Then also that what are the benefits you talked about it, that with respect to seller and harvest and aggregation. And you talked about the main features, that seller harvest aggregation, that aggregate selling power of the farmers, but aggregate selling, you also said it, that even for input aggregations, how much you can save 5 to 10% of the diesel cost. It's,
Yep.
if you input, this is what Netherlands is doing it. Netherlands has got a big corporation to provide good quality input to the farmers. Farmers need not run from pillar to post. And, and then that's why in my introduction, I talked about what do you mean by agribusiness. Agribusiness is not only after post harvest. Agribusiness is getting into from product, from on farm, off farm, and non farm activities. That
Yes, that's
and
right.
then build a searchable and digital harvest catalog. And you also said it, as and when you grow it, you give your calendar. By December I will produce this much, and so that people can, those who wants to buy it will be in a position to know that how much they can have it aggregation digitally in a catalog. And then that will not create a situation that is such like a lock-in logistic situation. There is a great demand, but there is no supply. There is a supply chain lock which is taking place. That so this is an auction and negotiation. I was watching your demonstration. It's a beautiful system.
Thank you.
And it's a beautiful system, and you also built in blockchain based capabilities so that everything is retraceable.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything is retraceable, so that if people wanted to revisit, they will be able to bring it out. And if this is more important, that and then you also talked about input service aggregate. I have been dreaming that how in India, for 14.5 crore farmers, if not for all the farmers, but at least for 85% of the small and marginal farmers, they are the total farming community, 85% are small and marginal farmers having land holding less than 2 hectares. And how to provide a good quality, low cost input services to them, farming as a service. And this is very important. That's why this is the first university in the whole world to have Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Governance Research Studies, Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics Development and Solutions and Applications, Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, and then Farm Health Management. That is human health, plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, and eco health, environmental health, and fish health. So this health data is nowadays is vertical silos. If this is seen on the farm level or village level, we don't have to go for lockdown. This is where we are now working with Dr. Christopher Southerpalis from Australia, on this aspect. That and this is very important, that this health data, integrated health data, is $1 trillion data economy, which India should take advantage. We are working on agriculture 4.0, industry 4.0, and society 5.0. Industry 4.0 has come from German, society 5.0 has come from Japan, and agriculture 4.0 should go from India. This is what we are trying to achieve it. Then you also talked about circular economy framework. $19 billion worth of agriculture waste gets generated. 19 billion. And you say 45% of the farm produce is not leaving the farm. In order to prepare the land for the next season, farmer has to spend money.
Yeah, that's right.
No, that is another burden on him. Rather than getting wealth from the waste which is available, he has to remove the waste. And then you have a renting and share machinery is very important. And and then discussion forums. There has to be a healthy discussion forum to bring in trustworthiness. This is very important, so that all asymmetry, financial and information asymmetry, can be overcome. and traceable and traceable and trustworthy information will be made available to all the stakeholders. I think the community platform, the benefits which you have listed out, it gives a confidence among the people, whether it's a buyer or a seller or people who would like to provide services. So this is the one such platform, as rightly said by His Excellency the Secretary General AARDO, that let us join together, and probably he is even volunteered that we can take a pilot project. We can even send the experts to get trained on that. This is where our joining of this university and Connectivity One Hub to prepare a 6 months diploma program on this, based on this platform, is very well and good, which can make everybody as a startup mentorship, and we will mentor them for about 5 years so that they get stabilized. And this is where this university is very much interested to. We are also going for an accelerator, incubator, to help all the people to get matured by working with different technologies. All the speakers of these two webinars, they're all signing MOU with the university to get a stability from the university for them to interact with the whole world. And that's how that collaboration between AARDO and the Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technologies is going to strengthen, give more confidence to the startups for their enduring capabilities. That and this is a very important benefit which you talked about it. And then also you demonstrated the action platform. It is very beautiful, technology enabled, and this has been propagated. And you also said it that $45 million worth of transaction has taken place from Kerala.
Yeah,
and 112 districts under the Ministry of Food Processing, on spices, they have identified one district and one district to boost agriculture exports. So I think by joint venture between the university and the ConnectOne Club, we can do wonders in the country. And we are also initiating operationalization of Dr. Ashok Dalwai committee report, doubling farmers' income by 2022. And this is very important to bring in operational projects, smart irrigated farming, smart rainfed farming, smart tribal farming. We are now taken up a cluster of 10 tribal villages in the state of Gujarat, in the state of Maharashtra, in the state of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, Andhra, Telangana, Kerala, Wayanad district, and Tamil Nadu, to help the tribals in this identified cluster of villages to globalize their agriculture producers in the global value chain. That's under the smart tribal farming, to bring in good agricultural practices to be adopted, good processing facilities, train the boys and girls of the tribal community and make them as startups, and we mentor them. So this is, I will also put you in the weekly review meeting. We have established about more than 40 commodity value chain working group, and to start with smart tribal farming, smart hill agriculture, and also smart jackfruit value chain, smart breadfruit value chain, and smart coconut value chain, smart banana value chain, and so on and so forth. So it is very important that people like you to get connected that. And also train the people. We have to bring agricultural science graduate, engineering students, postgraduate students on MTech in agricultural informatics. We need people to understand technology. We have to understand to invent new solutions, new business models. We have to have a formal education on agricultural informatics. I was instrumental in bringing in agricultural informatics as a new discipline in the country. And it is not that one have a smarter telephone and how to operate, how to send a mail, and so on and so forth. One has to have a formal education of smart, agricultural informatics, MTech in agricultural informatics, BG diploma in agricultural informatics, to spearhead this movement. And we have to bring in agribusiness alone by 2030 between Africa and Asia. It is a $7 trillion.
You are right.
It's a $7 trillion. So, and India is a business hub, both Asia and Africa. So we have to achieve this aspect there. So this is very important, and thank you very much for Mr. Vijeesh to join. And even though you made a presentation from Australia, it is as if you are in the next door in India. That is from my building, and I'm speaking from my university. And thank you very much. And now I think Mr. Shobhit has
Subish.
joined. Mr. Shobhit,
Yeah.
can you put your video on? I think whenever you participate in the international webinar, please don't put your video off because it is a live streaming. And okay, Mr. Shobhit, you must have listened, and you are also co-founder, and you must have listened what the Secretary, His Excellency, the Secretary General AARDO spoke, and what I spoke, and what Mr. Vijeesh talked about it, the benefits and facilities, the characteristic of features of your ConnectOne club. And you please tell us that, how we can go about it. You can take, because we are now talking, there are 733 districts. India produces 450 commodities. We have, from a university, we have created a center of excellence on agribusiness and disaster management studies, to work on agriculture commodities. How to go about it? Give me your thought process, Mr. Shobhit. Mr. Shobhit?
Yeah, like I think actually he's facing some of the connection issue, so the network issue. Yeah, so Subish, are you able to hear us? Yeah, okay. So sir, I think actually while we wait for him, so I will add one more. Yeah, so this one I will add one more point. Like we were talking about the auction that we were able to do it in Cardamom, right? And we included a very, very key feature there. So what's happening is till this time, the farmer was passing the cardamom to the auction house, like the trader who is doing the auction. And he was doing the auction on behalf of the farmer. And the buyers will come in and they will put the price, and the highest bidder will get the stock. That was the process till this time. But what we did is we started a feature to include the farmer also into this selling process. So now what happens is farmer gives the stock to the admin who is doing the auction, and then he gets all the bid from the buyer. And once the auction is closed means it's not sold yet, but the intake of bid is closed. After that, the farmer will get a notification in his mobile saying that, okay, this is your stock, this was a starting bid, you got this many bids, and this is the highest bid. Do you want to sell or do you want to withdraw? Because we are giving that control back to the farmer, because he is the owner of that particular stock. So he should be able to take the decision whether to sell, whether to hold, or whatever he wants. So so that brings a lot of visibility to the trading process, and he can see, okay, these are the bids, these are this is the time for the bid, everything, like the maximum transparency we are bringing into the system. So that is giving a lot of confidence to the farmers, and it's bringing more transparency to the trading system. And if we can do this in the other areas, the farmers will get into the control, like into the driving seat, and they can do wonders in this trading process.
So I'm audible now?
I was quite impressed. Yes, just 1 minute. One minute. I was quite impressed by your talk when I looked into your profile, and a man worked in data warehousing, data engineering, and so on and so forth. And I'm also, a man who did my MSc Mathematics 74, 76, and MTech in Computer Science from IIT Chennai 76, 78. Now I'm at the age of 70. Still, I would like to work for the technology adoption and practices in the rural India. That's what when the government of India gave the chance to me to as a director for a district information system program way back in 87, when during Mr. Rajiv Gandhi's time. They have my Director General gave only 6-letter word, District Information System of NIC. I took Kerala as a model. I went at that what Kerala is doing at 87. Like today, if Prime Minister Modi goes to Kerala, the people treat him with "Go back, Modi." I also faced the same thing in 87. Go back, Moni. We don't need computerization. Even I used to even recently I was addressing the 2022 Indian Civil Service probationary officers at Kevadia. I said it that, and many of the IAS probationers from Kerala, they they were very happy to listen to me. I said it that some districts when I visited, I had conducted a half-a-day workshop in every district to talk about the needs for computerization. And when I received some of the district, I was received with the black plaque. And even the industries minister, Madam Gauriamma, even sent a note. We understand that an official from National Informatics and Planning Commission is having a discussion in Kerala with the government of Kerala officers. We have taken we have to take a policy decision. He should be asked to go back. Mr. Vijeesh, can you come online?
Yeah.
He should be asked to go back. But fortunately, the Chief Minister, Mr. E.K. Nayanar, took a different decision. Today, people first have forgotten what Professor Moni, and that time I'm not a professor, I was the technocrat from NIC, and the whole today's e-governance program in India is the what work I have studied from Government of Kerala, the opposition I faced, the support I received from the Government of Kerala, and many people asked me, why did you choose? Why did you choose Kerala? I told him that Kerala has been always a front runner, either for literacy program. They were successful. Family planning, they were successful. I thought that this is a national program. As a person from visiting Kerala since my childhood, because I am from Kanyakumari district. So I thought that let me take for this national program, Kerala state. And then, and that time, luckily, there was a national games was going on. They wanted to use the network, our computer, which we established in Kerala. Mr. Neela Lohitha Dasan Nadar was the sports minister. And Mr. Gigi Damson is the director. And he was an organizing secretary general for, national games. And they said that they asked me, Madam Gauriamma has told that industries minister asked me to go. Wind up. No discussion. And they asked me, Mr. Neela Lohitha Dasan Nadar came to my room. I was camping in Kaltran building, AARDO building in Valiyavilapuram.
Yeah.
And Mr. G. Damson, I told that it seems that the file has gone to AKG Center. It may be in coma for 1 day, 1 year. But next day in the steering committee meeting of National Games, former Chief Minister, Mr. A.K. Antony, Mr. Karnakaran, and under the chairmanship of Chief Minister, Mr. E.K. Nayanar, they took a decision. Let us use the computer for the National Games, and afterwards let us take a call. But after that, the first district collectors conference, Mr. E.K. Nayanar took a fantastic decision. It is a national scheme. It is for the entire India. Government of Kerala cannot say no. We should get benefit out of it. That is a visionary approach, even by a communist. Even the Communist Party was against computerization, but the Chief Minister took a decision. But if anything to be spent from Government of Kerala budget, we will see to that whether we should go for computerization or not. But it's a national scheme. This has to be also be welcomed and ask the administration to support. Today you see that 1987 and 2022, where is Kerala? It is IT hub.
Exactly.
And many people may not even know the role Professor Moni played as an young technocrat. Many of the IAS officers who were, at that time, they were deputy secretaries and directors. Now many of them are retired as a chief secretary to Government of Kerala. But many of them have forgotten, but I don't forget. I always see that, in a historical perspective, this is what has happened. And today I'm, and with that perspective, historical perspective, I'm seeing a wonderful product which has come from the land of Kerala, God's one country. And I'm very happy. And Mr. Shobhit, over to you. for about
Okay,
next
sir.
5 minutes. Then we'll
Yeah,
wind
thank
up.
you. Thank you. I consider it as a blessing. So you are the person who will lead us to the next generation of IT. So in my younger ages, we actually you fought for our nation or in the my land, and we take that opportunity into the IT world. We become a success. Actually, I worked for the industry last 27 years. I was working in the quality manager in the Intel while I coming out of the corporate world. Now I am in the entrepreneurship world. So I'm doing now different activities. Like I'm building different innovations now. So I'm just running as part of the ConnectOne. We are funding small innovations. The latest one that we are coming to the USA. Other than this project, we are grooming up the new students coming out from the colleges. So yesterday I had a discussion with the Kerala Startup Mission. So they approved and given a grant of 3 lakhs for this particular project. It is a automated hand. Something like you do anything, it will learn and reproduce. So it has got a good traction. So this type of things that we are doing here. And as we told, Naina sir was the best decision maker, and Techno Park is his idea. That you must know, right? And
No, that also I will give the credit should
Yeah.
go to one Mr. Vijayan.
Yeah.
He is previously associated with the Kaltron.
Yeah.
He was a close associate of Mr. Nambiar, the big visionary,
Yeah.
KPP Nambiar.
Yeah.
And he is a techno park. We work like anything, but afterwards he was the way in which he has been treated is
Yeah.
unacceptable.
Yeah. So because Kerala is like that, it's a reluctant to. It's not a early bad culture. So always look on. But as you said, the visionary of Naina sir was the best one. Actually,
No, that's what even now I used to say when I said it, even on October 28th at Indian Civil Service officers, probationary officers meet. I was invited to deliver a talk, and our Prime Minister has made it a point that at the probationary training level, all ICS officers should be given a orientation on agriculture and technology.
Okay.
No, that's how, myself and Secretary Agriculture and a World Bank expert on e-agriculture were there to deliver a talk. Out of 800 officers, 200 officers were there participating in our track.
Sure.
And now, after seeing this, now everybody is now, the framework is Doubling Farmers Income Committee Report 2016 and 2018, Doubling Farmers Income in 2022. It talks about volume 12B, talks about digital technology in agriculture. I was the group chairman for that volume 12B, and talks about 7 mission mode programs, total digitalization, and all engineering colleges, all higher educational institutions has to take that 7 mission mode programs and operational for digital technology in agriculture, nothing else.
Okay.
It gives is an outcome of our journey from 1987 onwards.
Okay.
And this is where many startups can come. Now we are promoting one agri-tech startup in every gram panchayat. 2.25 lakh agri-tech startup, even if it's much better than even IT services. Agriculture sector can give. And every commodity value chain, that is a mission I'm now propagating through. Because of that, during COVID situation, I thought that as a former Director General NIC technocrat, worked for e-governance from 1987 onwards, we should have keep quiet in the platform. Using Soviet University platform, I initiated 2 webinars. None of the professors from any of the educational institution wanted to do this continuous exercise. They get taxpayers' money as a salary, research scholars, students, infrastructure, but they don't have any interest to work for the grassroots club. That's what chairman of the All India Council of Technical Education, after finishing 50th edition, he said that if every professor is started working like what Professor Moni is showing, then All India Council of Technical Education will be flooded with the solutions. They will not ask for project funding. They will sell their solutions. And this is what India should lead the country. Every professor in the country should come with a solution for a problem which they have identified. And All India Council of Technical Education is ready to buy their solutions rather than asking for a project funding. So this is a very important that, and I'm very happy. And I think Mr. Shujish's connection is, gone. I think, hope that he's joined back. I think it is a wonderful presentation today, and I'll be very happy that let us work together and take the, with the Secretary General AARDO said it that it's a landmark achievement, and it will have an immense outreach with respect to agricultural value chain is concerned. Agricultural value say system for about 400 agricultural commodities, and will be in a position to integrate with the global value chain. So with this, I will like to thank Mr. Vijeesh, our guest speaker today, and Mr. Sudesh is a co-founder. And I would like to thank Honorable Chancellor, Shobhit Institute of Engineering Technology, deemed to be University Meerut, His Excellency, the Secretary General, AARDO, Dr. Manoj Nardeosingh, and who was able to grace this occasion today, and Honorable Vice Chancellor, faculty members, and the dear participants for participating in this very important program, 100th edition. And I also thank the man behind the scene, is that Mr. Manish Chabra. He has been working with me and from the university side to make this program very successful. And without his support, I will not be in a position. I would not have been in a position to organize and conduct this webinar series in a very professional manner. So thank you very much, Mr. Videsh. Have a nice day, and let us work together. I'll be very happy that if you sign the MOU copy, which is already available, and you can send it back, let us sign it. And from 2023 onwards, let us join and make a new journey of development in rural, in AARDO member countries. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will leave the